I've imagined this moment 1,000 times, but tomorrow it won't just be a dream. It'll be me standing right in front of you. I'm not sure if you're ready for what's coming because I'm not just arriving. I'm bringing every emotion I've ever buried for you. Tomorrow, when you see me, everything you thought you knew about us will shift. I'm not who I was when I left. I'm arriving tomorrow, and with me comes the truth you've been trying to avoid, the one you'll finally have to face. You asked for closure, but tomorrow you'll realize I was never meant to be a chapter. I was the whole book. I can already feel the tension in the air. Tomorrow it won't be words between us. It'll be the silence that screams louder. I'm arriving tomorrow, but I'm not the same person who once begged to be understood. I've learned how to be unforgettable. Tomorrow will test the limits of your composure because I'll be standing there, calm, while your heart remembers everything. I've waited too long for this. Tomorrow isn't just a reunion. It's the beginning of a storm you can't control. I'm not coming for revenge. I'm coming to show you what growth looks like when pain becomes power. Tomorrow, you'll see how much strength it takes to walk toward someone who once made you doubt your worth. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I hope your heart is ready to remember everything it tried to forget. I won't say much when I arrive, but my eyes will tell the story of everything I endured to stand here again. Tomorrow is the day when the ghosts you created finally stand in front of you, wearing my face. I've been preparing for this moment, not to prove you wrong, but to show you who I became when you let me go. I'm arriving tomorrow, carrying both peace and chaos, and you'll have to decide which version of me you can face. When I show up tomorrow, you'll realize that time didn't distance us. It only made the connection more haunting. Tomorrow, when I look at you, I'll see the reflection of everything I overcame. That's the real victory. I'm not arriving to rekindle the past. I'm arriving to remind you what real presence feels like. I've carried the weight of this encounter in my chest for too long. Tomorrow, I finally set it down. I'm arriving tomorrow, and the air will change. You'll feel it before you even see me. You thought distance was safety, but tomorrow proves that emotional gravity doesn't care about miles. I'm not coming to talk. I'm coming to let the silence between us finish the story we never could. Tomorrow, you'll understand that I never left completely. I just became the version of me you couldn't handle then. I'm arriving with no expectations, only the intention to breathe in front of the person who once took my breath away. Tomorrow, the universe will bring us face to face, not for closure, but for clarity. I'm arriving tomorrow with a calm heart and fire in my eyes. Two things you never saw coexist before. You'll see it tomorrow, the confidence, the calm, the quiet power of someone who finally knows their worth. I'm not returning to the same story. I'm arriving to show you I've outgrown the pages you kept me on. Tomorrow isn't about you anymore. It's about the strength it took me to come back without breaking. I'm arriving tomorrow, not to remind you of the past, but to show you how I've rewritten my future. You'll notice it the moment I walk in. The way peace looks good on someone who survived heartbreak. I'm arriving tomorrow, and this time, my presence won't ask for love. It will command respect. Tomorrow, you'll see that the version of me you hurt doesn't exist anymore. You created someone far stronger. I'm not bringing baggage, only lessons. And tomorrow, you'll see how beautifully they've shaped me. Tomorrow, when our eyes meet, I hope you realize the distance between us isn't physical, it's emotional evolution. I'm arriving tomorrow, and every step I take toward you is proof that healing is real. You'll feel the weight of my silence tomorrow. It'll say everything I then no longer need to explain. Tomorrow, when I stand before you, you'll see what happens when pain becomes poetry. I'm arriving tomorrow, and this time, I'm not looking for your approval. I'm bringing my peace. Tomorrow, the universe will remind you of timing, how it returns people not for love, but for awakening. I'm arriving tomorrow, not for a reunion, but to honor how far I've come since the last goodbye. Tomorrow, the energy between us will be undeniable, but this time, I'll know how to control it. I'm arriving tomorrow, and maybe for once, you'll see me without your projections, just me, finally free. Tomorrow isn't about second chances. It's about standing tall in the same space that once broke me. I'm arriving tomorrow, and every heartbeat will echo with the words I never said but always meant. Tomorrow, when our eyes meet, it won't be about the past. It'll be a recognition of everything we've survived. I'm arriving tomorrow, and this time, I won't hide behind the version of me you used to understand. Tomorrow will not feel like a return. It'll feel like a reckoning between who I was and who I've become. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I hope you're ready to face the truth that's been silently waiting in both our hearts. Tomorrow, every unspoken word between us will finally take shape in the silence that fills the room. I'm not coming back to prove anything. I'm coming to show you that I've finally let everything go. Tomorrow, when I stand before you, you'll realize as distance never erased me. It only made my presence more powerful. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I hope your heart still recognizes the rhythm it once danced to. Tomorrow isn't about forgiveness. It's about acceptance of everything that could have been and everything that wasn't. I'm arriving tomorrow, and the universe will hold its breath for a moment when our eyes meet again. Tomorrow, you'll see what happens when love evolves into quiet confidence instead of chaos. I'm arriving tomorrow, and you'll feel it. The energy that once consumed us now radiates peace. Tomorrow, when I look at you, you'll see that I've stopped chasing closure. I became it. I'm arriving tomorrow not to reopen wounds, but to honor the scars that taught me strength. Tomorrow, your memories of me will collide with the person I am now, and you'll realize they're not the same. I'm arriving tomorrow, carrying the calm after the storm you once left me in. Tomorrow, the energy between us won't be about longing, it'll be about realization. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I hope you're prepared to meet the silence that carries everything I never said. Tomorrow, when I stand there, you'll feel the shift, the emotional gravity pulling you back into truth. I'm arriving tomorrow, not to start over, but to end the story on my own terms. Tomorrow, you'll understand that strength isn't loud. It's me showing up without the need to explain. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I'll walk in as if the past never chained me, because it doesn't anymore. Tomorrow isn't about reunion, it's about witnessing what healing looks like when it finally arrives in human form. I'm arriving tomorrow, and my calmness will be the loudest thing in the room. Tomorrow, when you see me smile, you'll realize I found joy far beyond the pain you left behind. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I want you to see that I didn't survive. I transformed. Tomorrow, every look, every breath, every heartbeat will echo the truth we both avoided for too long. I'm arriving tomorrow with gratitude, not resentment, because losing you taught me how to find myself. Tomorrow will remind you that some goodbyes don't end stories, they rewrite them. I'm arriving tomorrow, and when I do, the energy will shift from what was lost to what was learned. Tomorrow, you'll understand that the most powerful revenge is peace. I'm arriving tomorrow, and my silence will speak the loudest truth. It's over, but I'm thankful it happened. Tomorrow, you'll see that the person standing before you no longer needs to be understood, only witnessed. I'm arriving tomorrow, not to reignite what we had, but to honor the version of us that tried. Tomorrow, your heart will skip, not from love, but from the shock of seeing how time sculpted me. I'm arriving tomorrow, and you'll realize how distance turned me into everything you couldn't break. Tomorrow, the past will echo, but it won't define us anymore. It'll just whisper where we came from. I'm arriving tomorrow, and I hope you see the light in my eyes that no pain could dim. Tomorrow will be filled with emotions neither of us are ready for. But it's time. I'm arriving tomorrow, carrying all the closure the universe ever owed me. Tomorrow, when you look into my eyes, you'll realize I'm not returning. I'm rising. I'm arriving tomorrow, and every step I take toward you will be a reminder of how far I've come. Tomorrow, you'll see how strength can look soft, how love can look peaceful, how endings can look beautiful. I'm arriving tomorrow, and my energy will tell the truth long before I speak it. Tomorrow will feel like the universe pressing play on a paused moment, but the story has already changed. I'm arriving tomorrow not to be remembered, but to remind you what unforgettable feels like. Tomorrow, the air will hum differently when I walk in. You'll feel the vibration of something real. I'm arriving tomorrow, and this time I bring no pain, just the clarity of everything it taught me. Tomorrow, when you see me, I hope you realize how much peace can glow through healed wounds. I'm arriving tomorrow, and with me comes the lesson you didn't know you needed to learn. Tomorrow, the person who once begged to stay will arrive as someone who finally learned to walk away.